Hi, and thank you for joining us for another session of dedication. Fans remember the Bay City Rollers. Hosted by Bay City Rollers fan events. Hi, I'm Suze, and co-hosting as always is the lovely Laura. Hi, Laura.
Hey, Suze.
How's
Good
it
to hear your
going?
voice.
You too. This week we're speaking with Graeme from Edinburgh, or as we call Mecca. Graeme is an admin of Derek's official Facebook page and what we refer to as somewhat of a unicorn, a male BCR fan. Woo! Which we're excited to talk about. He was also the facilitator of the Bay City Rollers receiving a ceremony and a plaque dedicated to the band in 2016 that is today displayed in Ryerie's Pub in Edinburgh, and fans from all across the globe visit the pub to pay homage to the Rollers and their legacy. We'll find out today all about how he made that happen and how he became admin to our favorite drummer's official page. So let's welcome Graeme. Hi, Graeme.
Hi everybody. Good
Hi.
Hi,
afternoon or good
Dan.
morning.
Good afternoon, good morning. What day is it? We don't know.
Right, yeah.
Thank you for doing this with us. We're really excited to hear about your memories, especially since they took place in real time in the city where it all happened. So we're excited to share that with our listeners. So as always, we start from the beginning. Can you tell us how you first became a fan of the Rollers and how that happened?
Just seeing the publicity, etc., in the papers about the band, and naturally myself being Scottish and the band wearing tartan, that's what got my interest in a big, big way. And as I say, the rest is history. I just followed them since, I'd say the end of, middle of 1974, and right up to today, where we're today, 2020.
Wow.
So, all interest in the band.
You were literally there at the beginning when it all happened.
Yeah.
So I guess then they were somewhat of local heroes too at the time.
Yeah, well, that was, I think, the good thing about it. Well, it was a local band, let's just say. Most of the band all stayed in round about the Edinburgh area, and then even the management set up his office in Edinburgh, at the outskirts of Edinburgh, so it was all in-house, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Were you able to see them perform during those days?
Yeah, I queued up outside the Edinburgh Odeon, beside thousands of other fans, stayed overnight, played a little bit of football in the street. The police were there and they policed us very well, and eventually when the ticket office opened, a mad scramble, we all got tickets, so I was lucky enough to see them back in the day at the Edinburgh Odeon, and fantastic times.
Was it as crazy as it was here, or is that a stupid question?
Oh, very crazy.
Yeah.
Very crazy. Yeah. Mad. But loved every second of it.
Well, because you were much closer than we were to them physically. Did you ever get to meet them?
Yeah, I got to meet them. I was lucky enough, met them down at the manager's house. We used to all hang around down there, myself and various girls, etc. I don't know, maybe 20 at a time, roughly. And we're up at the gate one time speaking to Tam's dad, and one day, out the blue, he says, "Would you like to come in? The band are in."
Oh my gosh.
It was disbelief, so we were very, very lucky, got taken in and got to meet most of the band. I think Alan wasn't here, but the rest of them were all there, and they were good enough to let us get photos with them. Spoke to them for a short while, and that was it. Brilliant.
That's
Couldn't wait to get home to tell them.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Now, when you met them, were you speechless, or were you able to speak to them? I just don't know if I would have been able to say anything.
Well, I think speechless does come into it, because I think it's, and it may be crazy for people out there to understand what a guy that was mad over a band, it was just a case of, oh, that's him. That's him. And Les was just being Les. Les was a cheeky wee monkey even back then. Yeah, but good fun.
Well, it was probably a novelty to them too. They were so used to the girls screaming and fainting, and there was, a dude just like, yeah, I like your music. This is cool.
Yeah. And I never ever hit the fact even to the area where I was brought up here in Edinburgh. everybody knew, excuse me, my nickname was The Roller.
Oh.
And every time I went to the local newsagent, if there was anything to do with the Rollers, the man that run the newsagent always kept it back for me. And when the little magazines came out, I've got every one of them plus copies because he just kept them for me. And
that's awesome.
Yeah, it was great days.
Well, now talking about magazines and things, I mean, I do see an article here that you were the subject of. How did that happen?
I think it was one of these music magazines, maybe Music Melody Maker or something like that. One day we were up the town and this blue van sitting in the traffic, and I'm staring at this van, and it's like what I said earlier on, I'm looking in disbelief. Then the penny drops. That's Eric, that's Woody, to the band members. So they then realised I knew who they were. So a little wave, they waved back to me, and then the van moved off. So I was basically so many yards from two of the members of the band, the Rollers. They drove off, and when I got home, I must have thought, but at the time with the Rollers being that big, everybody was into them, so I just wrote this little thing into the paper, the music shop, I think it was, music, whatever it was, and just told the story that I glimpsed them.
And then they got the magazine. That's awesome.
Yeah. And it was a young lady called Chris Haldane. She sent me a copy of this that was actually in her scrapbook.
Wow.
Shout out to Chris Haldane.
Well, through time that everybody, as we say, we're one big family in this group, aren't we?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I'm looking at the photo of you in this article, and you really could have been the fifth roller.
If only.
Yeah, if only.
Well, it's thanks to Chris Haldane that I finally saw that again. I'd I think, forgot about it myself, and I've actually got hair in it as well, which is amazing, so it looks great.
That was really nice, Chris.
Yeah, it was great being in Edinburgh, and the odd time you got a glimpse of them, and it was just surreal days, and I wouldn't swap them for the world.
And how long did that last for you?
For the band?
Yeah, before we got reintroduced, through the internet.
Yeah, I think maybe late 77, 78 when the fallout started, maybe with Les and then Duncan coming on board. And
yeah, so same here.
Crazy. Although I wouldn't say totally forgot about them.
Oh, yes, never.
It's like every time you picked up a newspaper and they were in it, you always looked and checked to see what was going on, etc., etc.
Yeah.
And then just through time, Rudy, Eric, and Cass and his band, they started doing a couple of gigs. So I went to, I think, 2 of their gigs in Glasgow. I don't think I told you this the last time. I actually got on stage with them.
You did?
I was there with one of my friends. He drove me through because he didn't drink, and I liked to have a couple of shandies at the time. Lacey with the backing band, the name that sung Some Girls, that one.
Wow.
They were the backing band, and it was just, that was maybe the first time I seen the Rollers actually getting back together as such, if that's right.
Yep.
So it was Eric, Cass and Rudy, and Alan was there, and then a few years later we actually all went through in a bus, and I'm sure Rudy's wife Denise was on the bus with us, I'm sure it was, and same again, we went to this venue in Glasgow and partied the night away listening to Rollers.
So you really are the fifth roller, or the sixth or seventh or eighth. I lost count. Maybe you're the eighth. I'm not sure, but that's incredible.
We can all dream, girls. We can all dream.
Absolutely. Yes. So when Eric came around with his band, that was in the '90s, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah. We did Cass and Alan, if I remember rightly. So that sort of kept that going for that little area of time, and then after that, you've got Wes doing his gigs. I think he started off doing what they called the Roller Mania gigs.
Yeah, that was around 2012, I think.
Yeah, he would play various songs off the band, but tell the story, which was very interesting. You know, when they could go shopping and he bought his mum I think it was a new fridge freezer out of Harrods and all this sort of stuff. You know, so that was very, very good. And then now he just does a good show around the world.
Yes, he does.
Yeah.
Tell us about the show at Falkirk.
Yeah, that was a good night that took everybody by surprise. Alan at the time didn't stay far away from Falkirk, if you like.
Mm-hmm.
So Les starts egging the crowd on. Listen, if we all start cheering, we want Alan. I'm sure Alan can hear you. So of course the crowds, we want Alan, we want Alan.
Mm-hmm.
So that went on maybe a couple of times, and then this time he's got us do that again, and lo and behold, Alan Longmore walks on stage.
Yay!
Oh, that's so awesome.
Absolute fantastic.
Yeah.
Came on with a kilt on, if I remember rightly. His legs had a kilt. Yeah.
That crowd must have gone mental.
Well, it was fantastic. Just that was another moment of pinching yourself because you were actually seeing, well, not the band, but Alan Longmore on stage with Les do roller numbers.
It's half a reunion almost.
Yeah,
that's amazing.
Yeah.
So bringing us kind of to present day, can you tell us about the involvement with the dedication and the plaque, how you came up with the idea and the procedure?
Yeah, well, the plaque all came around after how successful we all seen the reunion gigs.
Mm-hmm.
Done a few in Edinburgh. I went to the Barrowlands, and watching the reaction from fans, my old little head started going, they need honoured in some way, to whatever way we could do. So I started phoning people, writing to people, etc., asking local MPs, not getting anywhere fast. And then I was speaking to Gillian one night and roped her in to give me a help. And through time, it snowballed. The management and Ryries were 100% behind us. We had loads of meeting with these guys. Gillian was on board. Elaine was on board.
And just if you don't mind, I want to let our listeners know that Gillian is also an admin of the Derek page. And are you talking about Elaine, who admins Alan's page?
No, sorry, Elaine. This other Elaine Stewart.
Oh, okay, sorry. All right, thank you.
Sorry.
That's okay.
She's not an admin of the page, so she got on board, and then we had Karen. She's not any admin. She done the tartan.
Okay.
So if when you're in Ryries now, you'll see a beautiful tartan scarf around the plaque.
Yep.
This girl Karen done that. So fantastic job. She actually made Derek's kilt for Alan's memorial thing last year.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So.
Oh, Leslie. Do you mean Leslie Surratt?
Is it Leslie? Am I just talking rubbish here then? Sorry.
Oh,
yes, it is Leslie.
Sorry.
Yes, it is Leslie. Beg your pardon.
Oh no, that's
and I was thinking of the red scarf that I see in the picture, so I was confused too. Sorry, Leslie. Of course we know Leslie.
Yeah, I'm looking at Karen's name here on my thing, and that's what's Putin's cracking.
Oh.
So anyway, we all grouped in together. We had so many meetings, and when the day finally came round, it was just crazy. I got a taxi from my house down, picked up Derek, took Derek to Le Monde, where they gave us a VIP area at the back. Sat with Derek, and I think that's maybe one of the first times he allowed a photograph of him to be taken and put onto the site.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
So we did that, and I got to leave because I had to get over to Ryries to help get things organised.
Right.
Alan was sifting through. He didn't realise he was to come through. So I got Alan and Eileen through in beside Derek. And at that moment, the Lord Provost arrived with 2 or 3 other people. And Gillian arrived at that time. And I left in, jumped in a taxi, went to Ryries to get everything organised for the remainder of the day.
It was amazing. I mean, we were all watching, I think, kind of in real time or from this end of the Atlantic.
We're Facebook Living the event, and that was so much fun to watch.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
it was a very surreal time, and when the Rolls Royce drew up, and Alan and Derek climb out, and the reaction for these gentlemen to close their pub for approximately 6 hours to give it to us, put security on the door for us. It was just an amazing, amazing day. We can't thank these guys enough either, people at Ryries. And of course, for Alan and Derek turning up, just made it fantastic.
Now we have pictures here of you and Woody with the plaque. Was that that was a different time, yes?
Yeah, yes. Woody was kind enough to get a photograph taken with the plaque. So I went up and met Woody, Denise, up in a little restaurant just outside Edinburgh, and very good for him to get photos taken with the plaque. We all wished we all could have been there, but Les was touring. We know the problems with Les and Woody, don't want to get into that, but
yeah,
we're all happy. He took the time, he got his photograph with the plaque.
Yeah.
Our goal, I've already spoke to Gillian about this, but whether it can happen, I don't know. Next year, we would love to find we can get Eric along with Les for the 5-year anniversary. So we'll just see what happens for that one. Watch this space.
That would be amazing.
That would be
And you know, if you coordinate that with the event that they do annually with Eric, a lot of us will definitely come over for that. So that would be that would be something else to add to the event. That would be amazing.
Yeah.
That would be absolutely amazing. So how did you become an admin of Derek's page? Did that happen first, or did it happen after the plaque?
That happened after it. I think there is another page runs for Derek, but I think there's one kicking about somewhere. And myself and Gillian were talking just one day about the things, and I think getting Derek back out to the public eye, if you like.
Right.
We went and asked his permission. He says, look, we want to start up the page. We'd like to call it the official Derek Longmuir page.
Yeah.
Would you give us the thumbs up to that? And we actually were cheeky enough to take a photo of him with the thumbs up. So that was him giving us his blessing.
Oh,
We started the ball rolling, and then we managed to rope Melissa in to be the third in command, if you like.
Yeah.
So I spend my day arguing with 2 girls, which is nothing new.
yeah, practicing that.
But we're always speaking to each other. We're always trying to think of other things to be doing on the page to keep interest going. And had people sending their photographs in to what they look like. Then it started giving their ages out. Just various levels. I've got a thing up my sleeve with somebody in Australia, and I can't say anything at the moment. But if this thing comes off, there'll be some fantastic prize early next year up for grabs. Let's just say that.
So stay tuned for that. Well, I mean, your page, especially during this crazy time, it just seems to be a great comfort to a lot of people. And you know, if that doesn't personify Derek himself, I don't know what does, because that's what
Derek is a very, very humble person relating to all this. You know, occasionally I'll give him a quick text or phone just to say, members are that figure now.
Yeah.
Wow. And he just straight away send out my love and how humble he is. And when you sit speaking to him, he's a very, very humble man, appreciates what's going on. He'll laugh at himself, he'll go, God, I'm 60 odd year old and I've still got these fans. And I don't think he deeply, deeply realises how much love he has got out there from all the girls, etc. You see?
Well, then it's going to have to be all of our mission to just keep hammering that home, because, I mean, I always say like begets like, and his fans seem to share like his compassion and his care. You know, it's just really a nice place, I think. And like I say, I think it's really giving a lot of people a lot of comfort right now. So you guys are doing great work.
Well, we just like to keep his page going. As I say, at this moment in time with what's going on in the world, it's hard trying to keep things going, and it's just chipping away and keeping his page going and fresh ideas. And we find it hard just now that I can't nip up and get a little video made from him or get him to say hi, but hopefully once we get through the other side of this, things will change again and we'll get started.
Yeah, well, I'll get back to being together and having fun.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, and at least for now we can we can have fun virtually and support each other virtually. And I think that's what I like a lot about the page is it's such a positive place, and it's there for everybody. And thank goodness we have something like that right now. Until we can all meet up in Edinburgh.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, well, it's like Elaine running Alan's page. Elaine's on the front line of this horrible
Oh my
disease.
gosh,
That's right. God bless her.
Hats off to her, 100%.
100%.
So
Absolutely.
she's maybe finding it a bit hard to keep Alan's page going because she's got life matters to worry about with her job. But as we've told her before, everybody on Alan's page, everybody on Derek's page, 110% behind her, and thank you very much.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, we're not going anywhere. I mean, you probably know that Laura and I are on the committee to do the Tartan Day Parade next year, celebrating Alan and his tartan. And we can't really do anything for that. It just doesn't, it's not the right time, to promote it and to do fundraising to raise money for it. But no one's going anywhere. We're all just waiting for the right time to get back to normal. And in the meantime, like you said, we're just trying to think of ideas to just keep us all connected. And this is one of those things, and we can't thank you enough for doing it. It's been great.
No, it's been my pleasure. Just every little second of it.
Well, thank you so much, Graeme. We appreciate it.
Well, you all
Thank you,
take
Graeme.
care,
It's been
and
wonderful to
hopefully...
talk to you.
Thank you.
Sorry?
It's so good to talk to you.
It's been wonderful to talk to you. Thank you for doing this.
We'll see you soon in Edinburgh. As soon as the planes let us come over, we're coming over.
That's a date. Fantastic.
Yep. We owe you a drink at least.
Take care now.
All right, bye-bye.
Love you
Take
all.
care.
Bye, Graeme.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
And thanks to you, our listeners, friends, and friends we've yet to meet. If you have some adventures and memories you'd like to share, please send us an email at baycityrollersfanevents@gmail.com. And also you can keep up to date on all things Bay City Roller Fan Events at our website, baycityrollerfanevents.com. Thanks for listening.